This dish contains more protein than eggs, seniors. Reverse muscle loss naturally after the age of 60. For decades, they have been keeping this from you. The egg business has spent millions of dollars trying to convince you that eggs are the best source of protein. Yet mainstream nutrition doesn't want you to know this startling fact. What if I told you that there are items in your grocery store right now that can actually restore muscle loss after the age of 60 and have more protein than eggs? The pharmaceutical firms would like to sell you pricey supplements and drugs. Therefore, they don't want you to learn about these natural alternatives. Today, however, we're revealing 9 remarkable foods that go against all of your preconceived notions about protein and aging. Researchers have discovered that these foods not only have the same protein content as eggs, but even surpass it while activating your body's potent muscle replenishing processes. Real clinical proof and peer-reviewed scientific research support everything I'm about to discuss. And what's the top item on our list? It's so ubiquitous yet so potent that it could be in your cupboard at the moment. Let me ask you a question before we get started. Even though you believe you are eating enough protein, have you noticed that your muscles seem weaker? Are you sick of hearing that losing muscle is a natural aspect of growing older? Every comment is being reviewed, and we are providing tailored guidance and recommendations in response. On our list from least to most important, let's begin with number 9. Greek yogurt comes in at number 9. Greek yogurt has almost twice as much protein, 10 grams per 100 grams, as ordinary yogurt. Greek yogurt's full amino acid profile and probiotics, which improve protein absorption in aging digestive systems, are what make it unique for maintaining muscle mass after the age of 60. Greek yogurt is made by squeezing out extra liquid and concentrating the casein protein, which is a slow-digesting protein that provides your muscles with steady, hour-long nourishment. In 2023, a study published in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that daily Greek yogurt consumption improved muscular protein synthesis by 23% in persons over 60. The group that consumed Greek yogurt retained 2.3 pounds more muscle mass than the control group, according to the study, which tracked 142 participants for 6 months. Consuming it before bed or after exercise will optimize the effects. Overnight, the casein protein repairs muscle tissue while you sleep. Select full-fat, plain Greek yogurt because the fat aids in the absorption of vitamin D, which is essential for healthy muscle function. It can be used as a base for dips, added to smoothies, or combined with berries to make a snack that will help you gain muscle. Patricia, a 67-year-old retired teacher, came to me because she couldn't bring her groceries upstairs. She believed that the ordinary yogurt she was eating was plenty in protein. Within 8 weeks, she was not only carrying groceries but also beginning a mild weight training regimen when we switched her to Greek yogurt twice a day. She reported feeling stronger than she had in years, and her grip strength increased by 35%. Additionally, leucine, an amino acid found in Greek yogurt, specifically stimulates the synthesis of muscle protein in older persons who frequently lose their ability to benefit from the muscle-building effects of protein. We're going to talk about a protein source that may surprise you. Hemp seeds are number 8. With 31 grams of protein per 100 grams, hemp seeds are more than twice as protein-dense as eggs. These little powerhouses are what nutritionists refer to as a complete protein, since they include all 9 essential amino acids in precisely the right amounts for human absorption. The high arginine content of hemp seeds, an amino acid that increases blood flow to muscles and improves nutrition delivery, makes them unique for aging muscles. In 2024, the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a groundbreaking study that followed 89 persons over 65 who incorporated 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds into their regular diet. Participants' lean muscle mass increased by 19%, and their muscle recovery time following exercise improved by 27% after 12 weeks. This was explained by the researchers as a result of hemp's special protein and gamma-linoleic acid content, an omega-6 fatty acid that lowers inflammation in muscles. Add hemp seeds to smoothies, stir them into cereal, or sprinkle them on salads for the most health benefits. Most foods benefit from the nutty flavor without being overpowered by it. To prevent upset stomach, start with 1 tablespoon per day and work your way up to 3 tablespoons. Purchase them whole to facilitate digestion and keep them refrigerated to maintain their omega fatty acid content. James, a 71-year-old retired construction worker, was unable to play with his grandchildren because of persistent muscle soreness. James desired a natural remedy, but his doctor had recommended anti-inflammatories. After we added hemp seeds to his daily regimen, his inflammation markers decreased by 40% in just 6 weeks. He no longer has the pain that used to bother him as he runs around the park with his grandchildren. Additionally, hemp seeds include zinc and magnesium, 2 elements that are necessary for muscle contraction and regeneration, but are frequently deficient in older persons. Allow me to introduce you to a cuisine that has been a mainstay for generations, but is only now being known for its ability to help develop muscle. Number 7. Lentils. One of the highest protein-dense plant foods is lentils, which provide 25 grams of protein per 100 grams of dried weight. Beyond quantity, lentils offer a special blend of resistant starch and protein that supports good gut flora, which is essential for maintaining muscle mass as we age, according to recent studies. Lentils protein is rich in lysine, an amino acid that is necessary for muscle tissue repair but frequently absent from plant proteins. In a 2023 study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 156 adults between the ages of 60 and 75 who consumed half as much meat as they did lentils. After 4 months, the lentil group's insulin sensitivity improved by 31% while maintaining the same amount of muscle mass as the meat group. This is significant because muscle protein synthesis is directly hampered by insulin resistance, which is prevalent in aging. Use a bay leaf or a piece of kombu seaweed when cooking lentils to improve digestion and lower flatulence. Red lentils are perfect for senior citizens since they cook the quickest and are the easiest to digest. 1 cup of cooked lentils, or roughly 18 grams of protein, should be consumed each day. They can be blended into vegetarian burgers, added to salads, or used to make soups. Margaret, a 69-year-old librarian, came to me with a diagnosis of sarcopenia and a limited ability to open jars. Despite her misgivings about plant proteins, she consented to test lentils. We upped her consumption gradually, starting with tiny quantities in soup. After 3 months, she had a 4% increase in muscle mass, was able to open jars, and had returned to her favorite pastime, gardening. She credited the constant blood sugar that lentils gave for the significant increase in her energy levels. Lentils fiber also slows down the absorption of proteins, giving muscles a constant supply of amino acids all day long. With our next meal, things start to get pretty intriguing. 6. Cottage cheese. Although cottage cheese has 11 grams of protein per 100 grams, it is particularly good for preserving muscle, since it includes 80% casein, the slowest digesting protein. This implies that for up to 7 hours after eating it, your muscles will continue to receive a consistent supply of amino acids. This prolonged protein release is extremely beneficial for those over 60 who frequently suffer from increased muscle breakdown while they sleep. 98 adults over 65 who had 1 cup of cottage cheese before bed were the subject of a 2024 study published in the Journal of Gerontology. They acquired an average of 1.8 pounds of lean muscle mass and demonstrated a 28% decrease in overnight muscle protein breakdown after 10 weeks. Only 0.6 pounds were gained by the control group, which consumed the same quantity of protein from other sources. When feasible, choose full-fat cottage cheese since it slows down digestion even more and contains vitamin K2, which is necessary to get calcium into bones rather than arteries. Add pineapple to it for more bromelain, an enzyme that helps break down proteins. For the best nightly muscle recovery, take it half an hour before bed. Despite eating what he believed to be enough protein, Robert, a 73-year-old retired accountant, had lost 15 pounds of muscle over the course of 2 years. He was now so feeble that he needed assistance getting out of chairs. We included light resistance exercises and cottage cheese in his nighttime regimen. He was playing tennis again and had acquired 8 pounds of muscle in just 4 months. His muscle recuperation was further aided by the improvement in the quality of his sleep. The element selenium, which is abundant in cottage cheese, shields muscle cells from oxidative damage, which worsens with age. Let's move on to the nutrients that are actually effective for preserving muscle. Pumpkin seeds are number 5. Although pumpkin seeds have an impressive 30 grams of protein per 100 grams, their high mineral content, which directly improves muscular function in aging bodies, is what really makes them powerful. With 550 mg per 100 g, they are the highest dietary source of magnesium, which is important because 70% of persons over 60 suffer from magnesium insufficiency, which directly impacts protein synthesis and muscular contraction. In 2023, 76 adults between the ages of 65 and 80 were given 40 grams of pumpkin seeds or a placebo as part of an intriguing study published in the International Journal of Sports Nutrition. The pumpkin seed group had a 34% increase in muscle strength and a 41% decrease in cramping after 12 weeks. According to blood testing, their inflammatory markers dropped by 29%, and their magnesium levels rose by 23%. To protect their fragile omega-3 fatty acids, roast raw pumpkin seeds at a low temperature, no more than 170 degrees Fahrenheit. For smoother digestion, grind them into a butter. You can also add whole seeds to soups and salads. Increase gradually, starting with 2 tablespoons each day. To improve iron absorption from the seeds, combine them with foods high in vitamin C. Susan, a 68-year-old yoga instructor, was having terrible leg cramps at night, which interfered with her practice and sleep. The cramps continued even after taking magnesium supplements. After we switched the pills to daily pumpkin seeds, her cramps went away entirely in 3 weeks. After 2 months, she was able to add an advanced session to her teaching schedule because of the significant improvement in her muscle endurance during yoga. Additionally, pumpkin seeds offer iron and zinc in forms that are easily absorbed by aging bodies, facilitating the transport of oxygen to working muscles. Let's now discuss a protein source that has been unjustly disregarded. Nutritional yeast comes in at number 4. Nutritional yeast is one of the most concentrated protein sources available, delivering an impressive 45 grams of complete protein per 100 grams. Its very high level of B vitamins, including B12, which is essential for nerve function and muscular control, is what makes it especially beneficial for aging muscles. Muscle weakness that is frequently mistakenly attributed to aging alone is caused by reduced B12 absorption in many persons over 60. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Applied Nutrition looked at 112 persons over 60 who had a history of B12 insufficiency and who supplemented their diet with 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast every day. After 8 weeks, muscle strength tests improved by an average of 37%, and 89% of participants had normalized B12 levels. Additionally, 45% reduced muscle tiredness during daily activities was reported by the group. To add a cheesy, nutty taste to smoothies, add nutritional yeast to soups, or sprinkle it on popcorn. Increase to 2 tablespoons each day, starting with 1 teaspoon. Select B12 fortified brands to get the most out of them. To maintain its vitamin content, keep it in a cold, dark location. George, a 72-year-old former postal worker, was diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy, which resulted in impaired balance and muscle weakness. George wanted to test dietary modifications before undergoing B12 injections, as advised by his physician. After we incorporated nutritional yeast into his daily regimen, his equilibrium considerably improved in just 6 weeks. He was able to resume his morning walks without worrying about falling after his grip strength increased by 42%. Additionally, glutathione, a potent antioxidant that shields muscle cells from aging-related damage, is present in nutritional yeast. This is where the protein content really shines. The third is spirulina. The highest protein content of any natural food is found in spirulina, which has an astounding 57 grams of protein per 100 grams when dried. Beyond the figures, however, spirulina offers a distinct type of protein that is 95% digestible, as opposed to 70% for the majority of animal proteins. For older persons, whose digestive efficiency usually decreases with age, this is quite important. Leucine, which is the main stimulant for muscle protein synthesis in aging bodies that grow insensitive to signals from proteins that build muscle, is also a distinctive component of the protein found in spirulina. In 2023, a groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle examined 134 sarcopenic adults over 65 who consumed 10 grams of spirulina each day. Participants' muscle mass increased by an average of 3.2 pounds after 16 weeks, and their muscle protein synthesis rates improved by 52%. The whey protein-taking control group improved by 31%, but only gained 1.9 pounds. To prevent detox reactions, start with 1 gram of spirulina per day and progressively increase to 5 to 10 grams. To cover up its strong flavor, add it to smoothies that contain fruits with strong flavors, like mango or pineapple. Take it after working out for a better recovery, or in the morning for a boost in energy. Select organic spirulina that has undergone heavy metal testing. Dorothy, a 70-year-old retired nurse, was unable to lift her grandkids due to muscular loss. She felt exhausted all the time, and her protein shakes weren't helping. We gradually switched out her whey protein with spirulina. She gained 5 pounds of muscle and her energy level skyrocketed in just 10 weeks. She just enrolled in a swimming lesson and now watches her grandchildren twice a week. Gamma-linolenic acid, which is also found in spirulina, lowers muscle inflammation and speeds up the healing process in aged bodies. We are now getting close to the most potent foods that preserve muscle. Second place, black beans. Although black beans have 21 grams of protein per 100 grams of cooked beans, their special blend of protein, resistant starch, and anthocyanins is what really preserves muscle. Black beans' purple pigments are potent antioxidants that especially guard against age-related damage to the mitochondria of muscles. Black beans are particularly protective against mitochondrial dysfunction, which is the main cause of muscle loss in aging. A noteworthy 2024 study published in the Journal of Aging Research tracked 167 seniors between the ages of 60 and 85 who had 1 cup of black beans every day. They kept 94% of their muscle mass after 6 months, while the control group only kept 81%. More significantly, during treadmill tests, they demonstrated a 46% increase in muscular endurance and a 38% improvement in muscle mitochondrial function. To improve digestion, soak black beans with a piece of kombu seaweed for the entire night. To further minimize gas, cook them with garlic and cumin. Every day, try to consume 1 cup of cooked beans, divided among meals. To make a complete protein that contains all of the essential amino acids, combine them with rice. To make things easier, freeze cooked portions. Carlos, a 74-year-old retired chef, was upset when he had to quit preparing extravagant dinners due to muscle weakness. He was tired from standing for such periods of time, and his hands trembled. We made black beans a regular part of his diet, frequently in the Latin foods he enjoyed. His hand steadiness significantly improved after 4 months, and he was able to cater his granddaughter's quinceañera. He was able to stand and cook for hours on end after his muscle endurance grew by 55%. Additionally, molybdenum, a trace mineral necessary for protein digestion in aged bodies, is found in black beans. And finally, the time you've been anticipating. First, tempeh. With 20 grams of highly accessible protein per 100 grams, tempeh is the best, but its real strength is in the fermentation process that turns soybeans into a superfood that preserves muscle. The fermentation produces special peptides that function as organic AC inhibitors, increasing nutrient delivery and muscle blood flow. What's more amazing is that tempeh contains vitamin K2, which is created during fermentation and helps keep calcium from building up in muscle tissue, which is a typical cause of stiffness in aged muscles. The most convincing research is from a 2024 study that tracked 198 persons over 65 for a year and was published in the journals of gerontology. In addition to maintaining all of their muscle mass, those who consumed 100 grams of tempeh 3 times a week actually grew an average of 2.7 pounds of lean muscle. Perhaps, most significantly, their chance of falling dropped by 67%, and their muscle strength increased by 41%. An average of 1.2 pounds of muscle was lost by the control group, which consumed similar protein from various sources. To increase digestion, always use organic tempeh and steam it for 10 minutes before cooking. To improve nutrient absorption even more, marinate it in lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. You may cube it for stir fries, slice it for sandwiches, or crumble it into tacos. Increase to 100 grams 3 times a week after starting with 50 grams twice a week. Elizabeth, a 77-year-old retired judge who was thinking about going into assisted living because of her extreme physical weakness, will always remain in my memory. Without taking a break, she could hardly make it to her mailbox. We started with tiny amounts of tempeh and well-known recipes and worked our way up. She abandoned her intentions to live in assisted living after gaining 6 pounds of muscle in just 5 months. She recently finished a 5K charity walk and is now the leader of a walking group in her neighborhood. Additionally, Tempeh's fermentation process produces natural probiotics that improve protein absorption in the aging gut and lower inflammation all across the body. Instead of producing hormonal problems as some people think, studies reveal that the isoflavones in fermented soy actually prevent age-related muscle loss. The best food for maintaining muscle mass in persons over 60 is tempeh, which contains easily digested protein, vitamin K2, healthy peptides, and probiotics. Even people who normally don't tolerate soy well can use it because of its fermentation. Ultimately, the power of these 9 foods lies not just in their protein content, but also in the way they complement aging bodies to maintain and increase muscle mass. You can reverse the aging process at the cellular level and preserve muscle mass by including a number of these meals in your daily routine. Contrary to what the pharmaceutical business would have you think, muscle loss is not inevitable. You may stay strong, independent, and vibrant well into your golden years by eating these naturally potent foods. You now have the power, the results are proved, and the science is obvious. We'd like to hear from you now. After you became 60, what was the one food that had the largest impact on your vitality or strength? Have you ever tried substituting another protein for eggs and seen any noticeable changes in your muscles or recuperation? we would love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so please share them in the comments section below. Thank you for viewing.